Hello, fellow seekers and collectors. I'm the Cinema Seeker. Well, it happened. It happened. Well, we thought maybe wouldn't happen, or maybe some variation of it, but it finally did happen. The Netflix Marvel shows are coming to Disney Plus, and honestly, I'm very happy about that. I am very happy that they are coming to, but the best thing about this news is the fact that this, from what it's been said, apparently not only when it launches on March 16th, that it will also come with parental controls that will essentially be able for people who maybe have kids or, just whatever the situation is, to essentially limit the content that can be watched on there, specifically mature content. And I'm very happy that that is being implemented because I was very concerned and worried that we would be getting censored versions of the Netflix Marvel series. I was very afraid that these series would be censored, that they wouldn't be kept to the way they used to be, because honestly, if you censor these series, you lose a lot of the elements that made these shows good and why they were beloved by fans pretty much all across the globe. So I'm very happy that that is being implemented. So this pretty much includes all of the Netflix Marvel series: Daredevil, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, Iron Fist, The Defenders, Punisher, all of them. They're all getting added to Disney Plus, starting Disney Plus on March 16th. And that is very exciting news because now it makes you wonder where exactly now this is going to go for Disney Plus as an app, as well as maybe even Disney as a company, especially with the Marvel brand, because if they're allowing the more darker and mature stuff to cross over, then I hope that this means that there will be more darker stories being told, even if it's not under maybe the Disney brand, or maybe they will be able to do more mature content that's under the Disney brand, because, like I said, I firmly believe that there are some characters that just should be kept R-rated. I feel like they work better for mature stories, and especially a character like Punisher. He's a very much a rated R character, and he should stay rated R. Even the actor John Bernthal himself has specifically stated that he should be kept R-rated. Punisher is an R-rated character. So the sheer fact that we are actually getting actually these TV series in the way that they were put on Netflix, I'm very happy about that. I'm glad that Disney has found a way to implement these shows without having to censor it. Now, because of this, I do wonder what is the future now for Disney Plus when it comes to R-rated content. Does this mean that Hulu will no longer be the dumping ground for R-rated movies, or are they going to actually now implement R-rated films into their app, essentially? Now, granted, I'm pretty sure not every single uh, movie is going to be implemented. There's no doubtly going to be some ones that will not be put on there, just due to the fact that the content probably is pretty not safe for work for kids, and they don't want to potentially risk a lot of that. I think they will accept a compromise on the Netflix shows, because even though they have quite a bit of adult content, some of it is not as explicit as, say, some other movies are. So I do wonder, will this lead to maybe more R-rated franchise being brought over into Disney Plus, and just simply with the idea that, oh, you need to essentially put the parental controls on, and you need to make sure that your kids are not watching anything adult, or is it just going to be for the Netflix Marvel shows? Because there's other R-rated Marvel stuff that can be added, like the Deadpool and Logan film. Those films are R-rated, and not to mention too, Logan is very explicit in its R-rated content, especially with its violence. So I do wonder, does this mean that potentially Logan can go from Hulu over to Disney Plus? I wonder about that. Is that what could potentially happen? And especially the big question is, will be Deadpool. Will he maybe potentially come to Disney Plus? Because we have to remember there's a big rumor and people believe that he has been spotted on the Doctor Strange 2 poster. So if he is in the movie, even though yes, Ryan Reynolds confirmed, well, not really confirmed, flat out said, I'm not in the movie. We gotta remember, just because an actor tells you they're not in the movie doesn't always mean that it is true. Because again, secrets have to be kept for the sake of spoilers. So just because Ryan says, I'm not in it, doesn't necessarily mean that he won't be in it or there's a quick cameo. So, and like I said, people firmly believe that he is in the Doctor Strange 2 poster. I've seen the photos. Personally, I think he is. I think it is him on the poster. So that makes me wonder then if they are allowing rated R content like the Netflix Daredevil show and as well as the other Netflix shows, does this mean that there could also be a home for something like Deadpool, which is pretty hardcore in its content? But again, with this feature being implemented of parental controls and censor and like being willing to like have content not accessible to kids that's maybe more mature, I could ultimately see them bringing them over, especially since technically now it's being said Deadpool 3 will be an MCU film. So I do wonder, will we see now potentially a the Deadpool franchise coming over? Because it would make sense, because if he's going to be a part of this universe, people are going to have to be able to watch those movies. And if they can find it all on Disney Plus, that'll be perfect for them, because not everybody's going to want to have a bunch of different apps, because some people, they may just not have Hulu or not want to get Hulu or just want to have Disney Plus. That's completely everybody's situation is different when it comes to what exactly they can or cannot afford. So I'm very interested about that as well. I do maybe wonder and kind of hope that maybe certain movies that were censored on Disney Plus will maybe get decensored, because there's quite a few movies that have been already established as being censored on Disney Plus, so you're not getting the pure form of watching these films. So I do wonder, will this then lead to, since now we have the parental controls being implemented, will this actually lead to them, well, decensoring these movies and just simply saying, oh, they'll get filtered out if with the parental controls essentially. So, because honestly, I would, or maybe they'll just keep those censored versions for the for like when you put the parental controls on, but then the uncensored version is when you don't have the parental controls on. Personally, I would like to see that idea implemented, the censored version for the kid-friendly side of Disney Plus, while when you switch on adult content for Disney Plus, you get the uncensored versions. I would like that, but who knows? Maybe if there's enough demand for it, then maybe they'll implement it. Especially since some of these are PG-13 films, it's one of those situations where it's like, it's PG-13. Come on. I mean, this is, one under R-rated, and especially since some PG-13 films sometimes feel like PG movies. So it's one of those situations where this now is a big um, change now, not only for Disney, but also in many ways the streaming service war. Because the streaming service war has really been ramping up. We've got all these different ones coming out, but now with Disney essentially taking what was formerly a service's go-to franchise, that's a big game changer, because now it shows that nobody is safe in the streaming service war. No, anybody could have their content be taken from another by another company. So this is definitely one of those things where I would also very much tell people that if you truly do care about certain shows, I would highly recommend, if they have physical copies, buy them. Because I think now this has proven that there is no doubt in my mind that now this is going to be a thing that will probably happen. It's not going to stop here. It's not going to. Disney won't be the last one to do this. Trust me, I'm pretty sure there's other companies that are probably thinking in their mind, maybe I can actually take this show from another thing if I offer enough money. So this is something that is definitely going to change the game because, like I said, this now is a former Netflix show, or in the case, not only just one show, shows coming over to a completely different platform. And that is a very interesting thing to see. I hope this does not affect the streaming the I hope this doesn't affect streaming in a bad way, to put it bluntly. I really hope this is not a bad thing because, like I said, I'm very happy to have Daredevil and all those on the service. I'm hoping that maybe this will also lead to maybe potential implications of a fourth season of Daredevil because I miss that show. I love it. You saw my excitement for when Charlie Cox came back as Daredevil, not only for No Way Home, but also the fact that he is also coming back in the MCU entirely. I had an entire video about it because I was just so goddamn excited. So I really hope that this will lead to another season of Daredevil, but at the same time too, I really hope this does not mean anything bad for the future because there is a good chance that Disney could end up doing one thing could lead to a domino effect because we got to remember Disney right now is one of the biggest company, maybe even the biggest film company in Hollywood right now, and a lot of times the trends that they do other people follow. So, but yeah, there we go, guys. The Netflix shows are coming to Disney Plus. Who would have thought, man? Who would have fucking thought? That is very surprising. Did not expect this. A lot of people thought that they were just going to get dumped off on Hulu or there was going to be something, some other way that they were going to do it. But it's very clear they are bringing it to Disney Plus, and they are even allowing mature content. Another one actually that I forgot to mention is Agents of Shield. Agents of Shield is also coming to Disney Plus. They've removed it from Netflix. Same with the Marvel show, other Marvel shows, and they are putting it now onto Disney Plus. So, if you've been desperately wanting to watch the Netflix Marvel stuff, you're gonna have to go to Disney Plus now. Or if you've been wanting to watch Agents of Shield, it's gonna be there on Disney Plus. So I can only hope for the best. This is something that I did not expect out of nowhere. This was a very surprise announcement. It is a pretty big deal because, like I said, this now is ramping up the streaming service war because now Disney has effectively taken the competition's properties and put it now onto their app. And I wonder if what Netflix is gonna do because we've already been seeing how Netflix is desperately trying to get new shows as their flagships for their service. So we'll have to wait and see that now that Disney has effectively put their stuff onto a different platform. I wonder now if Netflix is gonna get desperate to get these flagship shows. So we'll just have to wait and see. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Just a simple little video. I wanted to talk about this because I find it very fascinating and interesting. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll see you next time.